Good morning, everybody. Walking Crow, Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine, saying happy Friday. Good morning. I want to welcome everybody and those who have been following my journey or my odyssey, if you will, because at times it felt like just an odyssey, a never-ending odyssey. And those who follow me, those who know me, those who hear my voice, those who see me become vulnerable in front of you, and I'm vulnerable right now because I'm missing teeth, an extra tooth in front, and the ones in the back are gone, and I'm not wearing my brand new partials because I want to do this without it first. So, those of you who know the power of the word palabra, word, palabra, word, palabra, word, ajo. When I was a younger man in my early 50s and I found my ceremonial sweat with elders in the San Fernando area where I was born, I learned something very important. What I learned was when we are going to open our mouth in the sweat, that the first word out of your mouth is palabra, word. Palabra is the Spanish word for word, ajo. And before you say anything else, I would pause, because the next thing out of my mouth better be truth, better be what it is, because the spirits know. And you can't lie to the spirit world. You can't lie to the ancient ones, because they have watched me from the atom that I grew from into the man walking crow that I am today. Has it been easy? No. Have I been able to do it perfectly? There is no perfectly. Aho. Perfectly is being willing to take the first step forward with the right foot, and whether you fall or stand or get tripped up, it doesn't matter. You continue on. And anybody that knows me knows that I continue on. And I want to say happy birthday to a very special woman up in Washington, Angel Marks. We briefly met at the gathering of elders in Nauvoo, Illinois, when I went to go see Susan Stanton and the rest of my family. Aho. And it's her birthday today, and her husband bought a rattle for her from me. That's just incredibly gorgeous, and I'm hoping she'll post pictures of it because it's a gorgeous, gorgeous rattle. And I congratulated her on her rattle and her new lover. Aho. Rattles are for clearing the monkey mind, the self-talk, the voices, right? So you can come into your soul, your body, into your heart. Aho. Here is the place of the heart, between the antlers, between my lungs, the antlers of the elk, right? Long distance journey. So you can come into that place and speak to yourself and travel through anything that you're going to go through, knowing that you will come out through the other side. Be squirted out the other side, fully and whole, and without some parts, and maybe with some more parts, but fully and whole. W-H-O-L-E, not H-O-L-E. Oh. So my journey with this, all of this, started quite a long time ago when I was a child. And I always had crooked teeth, and I was always made fun of, and I always had yellowish teeth. Teeth are not white, by the way. They sell you whiteness of teeth because that's what white people do. European white people do that. They try to sell you what isn't. And so my teeth have always been what they are, not white, somewhat yellow, and I never cared anything about that. I never bought whiteners or none of that stuff because my teeth weren't white. I don't buy what America sells. A lot of you do. Good luck with that. So about a year and a half ago, right before I went to Kansas City to make drums with Alejandra and Maria and others, a group of 12 to 15 others, I had a tooth in front that was loose, and then it just fell out. And I noticed that my jawbone, my bone was getting thinner, and that my teeth were getting looser. And, you know, you guys see me show up every day regardless of how I feel or what I look like. You guys see me. I've been going through the transformation with my hair. I've been growing my hair out for almost 2 years now to honor the grandmothers. I honor the grandmothers. I honor the divine feminine. The medicine that birthed me into this world, I honor because it's honorable. And they've been dishonored for 26,000 years, and the buck stops here. The fuck stops here. Oh. I don't hide my medicine. I don't hide the way I feel. I was not taught on a reservation. I was not taught by sitting year after year with elders. The way I was taught was I have received downloads of songs and how to make drums and what to say, and the wisdom that I carry came from a deep, dark place within me. It was from my sacrum, where I connected to my mother, where I connected to my grandmother, where I connect to my sisters and my cousins and my neighbors and all those divine feminine. I'm not discounting the men, but I'm taking my place as the recipient of that kind of 26,000-year love, where I was birthed through the canal, the channel. Aho. Ladies, listen to me. Men, if you can stand it, listen to me. Aho. This is why I make the drum, because the drum is my connection to my mother. My mother, I say, she just turned 86 in June, and I proclaim her to be my 86-year-old original drum. She was the sound I heard when I was in utero. So I know what love feels like. I know what love sounds like, but that didn't matter. When I went into the world, heart, lungs, air, I love, I'm loved, or heart, lungs, air, I don't have the capacity to love, I don't have the capacity to be loved. I didn't believe that I had the capacity to be loved. I was birthed with asthma from her trauma, from my well-meaning father when he was drunk, would abuse her when I was in utero, and the stress hormones will go up in her body and then went up in my body, and she felt unloved. Heart, lungs, air, I love, I'm loved. Heart, lungs, air, I don't have the capacity to live, don't have the capacity to be loved. She felt unloved, and that's where her heart was broken, and that's where my pain fell, the stress hormones, and I was birthed with asthma. Now, I don't suffer from asthma because I love me. I give myself all the best stuff, and you guys see it all the time. You guys share my path. You guys share my trauma, my shame, my hurts, my wounds, my pains. I share that with everybody. I spent 20 years as a drug addict and alcoholic, an obese man, 238 pounds. I'm 150 now. I was too skinny a few months ago. I was 140. And I needed to gain some weight, and my health was kind of like this, and I feel fully healthy and cared for now, not by the world, but by me, by those who say, keep going, Anthony. Don't quit. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you. And I want to thank all of you. My friend, Doc Smith, Teresa Smith, my dear Crow mother, Emma Molina Enriquez, Master Seal, who's in Los Angeles. He's a Moray holy man. He's a holy man from Oahu. He lived in the caves with the shamans. My teachers are not my masters. My teachers are not my gurus. I'm nobody's master. I'm nobody's guru. I don't buy into the falsity of titles. People like to call me a shaman. They like to call me all kinds of things. But I just would like to be called Walking Crow. That's the name that I was given by Emma Molina Enriquez on that day that I stepped through the veil in front of many witnesses, my teachers, my elders, friends, people who had never met me before, wanted to be there to experience that. And one of the greatest compliments that I ever got, or compliments that I ever got to experience, was my friend Teresa Hernandez. She's from El Sereno, California. She was at that event, and she reached out to me through Facebook because she saw that that event was going to happen on Facebook. Never met me before, but asked if she could come. And then she said, I have a friend who wants to be there too. You don't know who she is, but she wants to be there, and she came. They were both there. They were a witness. I'm going to say this. At the time, my marriage was ending. And it was time for my marriage to end. It was going to end, and I was okay with that. As much as it hurt, as much as I was willing to walk through it, it hurt. And Teresa's husband posted on Facebook, Joe had never met me before. He had never shook my hand or hugged me or heard my voice in person. But he went on to Facebook and he said something. And what I'm about to say makes me really emotional because it's one of the proudest moments of my life. Joe said, There is a new holy man in Los Angeles today, and his name is Walking Crow. I had never heard any such a thing about me ever. In fact, a lot of what I had received in my lifetime was mostly negative. When I was younger, I lived a shallow life of abusing women, abusing myself, abusing drugs, abusing alcohol, abusing food, being abused, and, I didn't know how to get out from under it. And 20 years of sobriety showed me something, and then something miraculous happened. And I had this session because of somebody that was in my life that changed my life. Oh, excuse me, I just knocked over my trash can like the dog or the cat. And somebody said to me, you should become a healer. I'm like, what's that? They said, energy healing. I said, what's that? They said, like Reiki. I'm like, I don't even know what that is. And see, those titles didn't mean anything to me, and they still don't. Those of you who are masters and Reiki this and master of that and certified all that, I don't care. So what? I don't care. Because I have one certificate, and I don't know where it is, and I don't care what it is. All it says that I did time to learn how to do something. It doesn't say that I know how to do something. It says that I did time. And then I have another certificate that hangs on my wall that was given to me when I was given the name Walking Crow by Emma Molina Iniguez and all the other teachers and masters. He's called them masters, my masters at the time, that were in my life and in my room and were willing to walk with me because I was willing to walk with them and I was willing to walk with myself. How many of you are willing to walk with yourself, really, without filters and fake attitudes and living up to the life of what the Joneses are doing and your neighbors and what people might think and what they don't think? Who cares? It's a painful life out there. But if you're willing to walk through it, regardless of the stones that are thrown at you, because life throws a lot of stones at us. We live in glass houses. Our windshields get chipped. Sometimes we're the windshield, sometimes we're the bug, right? People throw stones and your glass is shattered, your life is shattered, your hurt is shattered, your heart is shattered. So what? I guarantee you, if you're willing to stay on your path, the path, not my path, not their path, fuck my path, you will heal and become the light that you were told you were going to be in church when they were telling you at the same time you're going to go to hell. Remember that? I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people don't know this. Where I became the healer was a place called the Poverello Retreat Center in San Fernando, California. I was born in San Fernando, California. When I signed up for classes at Lionheart Institute of Transpersonal Energy Healing, everybody there was trained by Barbara Brennan Institute in New York. When I signed up for those classes, they sent me to San Fernando to take the classes to a place called the Poverello Retreat Center. The Poverello Retreat Center in 1966-67, when I was in kindergarten, I went to this school called Poverello School. It was a Catholic prison. It was a Catholic school where we broke boulders into little pebbles, and we were slapped and we were hit. Well, I can't say we. I was slapped. I was hit. I was beaten. My hair was pulled. My face was slapped. They pinched my skin. They pulled my arm. They labeled me as a troublemaker at 5 years old. And there's people over the years in my life that say, when you were a little boy, we're not going to have that conversation because you were the irresponsible adult. I didn't raise me. You did. Your schools did. Your police did. Your system did. Your politics did. So don't fucking blame the little kid for being a little kid. My soul was broken. That's where I was first splintered. I have done the magical work of the shadow work, the long distance journey. Oishino, elk medicine. Are you ready? Oishino, oishino, oishino. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, are you ready? So I went to school. I went there to become a healer, and that was ground zero for me. And that's where I had my first animal experience with red-tailed hawk. That's where I received my first feather. I wasn't looking for feathers. I didn't know to. And now I received my first hawk feather on that property where I was wounded as a child. That's where I became WHOLE, or began to become WHOLE after a lifetime of HOLE, whole, the emptiness. So if you're ready and you're willing and you want to, and all you need is willingness, to say yes to yourself. Say yes to yourself after a lifetime of no's like I do, and show up day in and day out, regardless of how I look and how I feel. Am I sore today? No. Am I numb today? Probably just a little bit. Am I embarrassed? No. Because I am the example for you guys of how you can, how I did, how I will, how I will always, regardless of what's happening in my life. I tried it their way. I was married 3 times. I tried that. I tried Catholicism. Apparently, I failed miserably at that. I tried Christianity through being a Protestant. I was involved in that for a long time. And I was, dog paddling in my life and the life of others. And it was time for me to go. It was time for the wife to go. I did not know how to be in a relationship. I didn't, and it's not because I didn't want to be. It's because the examples in my life weren't good examples. I was conceived by a drunk and held by the enabler, and he abused her while I was in utero. So I came into this life, my life, with insufficient lungs. I wasn't loved. I didn't feel cared for. And I went through my life like that. And everything that happened to me for the first 51 and 364 days of my life became the stepping stones of who and what I am. I'm starting to burp because the love is bubbling up for myself. It's always bubbling up. The love I had for myself. Those things that I carried in my body that were so painful became the stepping stones of my life and future healing and the healing of others. And you all hear the words that I say, that I teach. I don't deny anything that I say, and I don't apologize for it, because I am the power within. I am not a power without. Those of you who are searching externally for the next big thing or guru or whatever it is to heal you, to fix you, smoking, eating, sex, alcohol, smoking the pot, you spiritual guys who are smoking the pot and numbing yourselves because you don't know how to be in your body, in your soul, in your emotion, ocean, EMOCEAN. I did that for a lifetime. And I suffered at my own hand. How many of you still suffer at your own hand and don't know how to stop? How many of you would like to change your life really? Not for your friends, not for your family, the hell with everybody, but for you. How would you like to face yourself in the mirror and say to yourself, teeth or no teeth, I love you. You're special. You're the most powerful being that I know. I am the most powerful being that I know. And I like to say, and I've been saying it since I became the healer, I am the I am that I say I am. I can, I will, I do, I am. I can, I will, I do, I am. I can, I will, I do, I am. I am the I am that I say I am. And you don't have a dog in this race, a dog in this fight. You don't have a horse in this race. This is my walk. This is my talk. This is my being. This isn't, this is my being. This is my being doing. Doing the being and being the doing. How many of you are trying? How many of you are dog paddling in the shallow end and you can't find a way out? Because you keep getting in your way. Your best thinking gets in your way. I don't get in my way. I release that. And I remember the moment of clarity when I was in Alcoholics Anonymous for maybe 15 years at the time, maybe 10 or 15 years. And I was sitting there listening to the whiners and complainers, wah, 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 wah. And I thought to myself, I didn't think to myself. What I heard the guide say to me was, listen, listen. Listen to the still small voice. Don't listen to the voices. Don't listen to the monkey mind, the static energy. Listen to the still small voice that was right here within my heart. Oh, my heart, my hard heart started to soften. And I have become Play-Doh. I've become a dough in the hands of spirit and the ancient ones, and the things that I want for myself that are good and righteous, not self-righteous. There's a difference between those two words, and people who don't understand use them incorrectly. And after a lifetime of failed resolutions on the 1st of January, because you all do it, we all did it, we all have done it, failed resolutions of, I'm going to lose 20 pounds and I'm going to do this, and you're running, and 2 weeks later after the first, you trip up and you find yourself face down in a pizza box. And I'm going to tell you the root word of diet is die. And you have to die to yourself, to all things, to become. I let go of resolutions and I made restitution to myself for a lifetime of failed resolutions. I started to say no to things and started to say yes to Anthony. Little Anthony, 5-year-old Anthony, 3-year-old Anthony, 24-year-old drug addict Anthony, 30-year-old lonely Anthony in a marriage or whatever. All of those things I said no to. And I started saying yes to me, the singular, the singular. The power that is, not the power that was, right? The power that is. 31 years later, I'm sober 31 years, half my life. And my life has transformed from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body. I was never helpless, I was never hopeless. I was only helpless. I asked for help and I remain hopeful. My life has transformed. Do you want your life to transform? Are you tired of running on that squeaky wheel that never stops, that squeaks so loud that you can no longer hear your heart? I have lots of shit to say. And coincidentally, I'm going to say this and I'm going to end it with this. This week I had this work done and I have my partials and I feel happy. You guys saw the picture. There's a picture of me on Facebook with new teeth and I look beautiful. I am beautiful. I am the power that I am. I am the I am that I say I am. I am the I am that I have always been. And I am the I am that I will always be. On this mud ball or not. The day I go to the north, I will be more I am. Because I'll be sitting with the ancestors. In the north, in the place of winter, in the place of earth, in the place of rest. Hear my words. Hear my soul. Hear my heart. Feel my tears. Feel my emotion. E-M-O-C-E-A-N. Emotion. E-M-O-C-E-A-N. Emotion. E-M-O-C-E-A-N. That's the way the guides give me to speak to you and to speak to myself. So I complete this work with my mouth, right? Words, and I said yesterday in a video that they extracted 9 teeth from my mouth, not 6 teeth, not 4 teeth. They extracted 9. 9 is a number of spiritual completion. Understand. And they made more room in my mouth for more words because I'm going to be speaking more. So this week, and there's a big secret, I sent my transcript, my transcript. Listen to what that's saying. I'm gonna not speak fully to it, but you're gonna understand what I'm saying to my editor. And my editor has my words of how I became Walking Crow and why I became Walking Crow. What it was that I had to walk through. And it's not everything. It's just some of it. It's a summarization of how I became, how I am, how I was in the being of the doing and the doing of the being and not thinking about it, not wondering about it, not wandering about it, but actually doing the work necessary that doesn't get done in sound baths, in ayahuasca ceremonies, or taking mushrooms every day. The dark work doesn't get done in there. Sorry, not sorry. But I know how the deep, dark work gets done. And those platforms that I provide of drum journey and ceremony are not where the work is done, but they're where the work is started, where you say to yourself, from this point forward, this is how, this is what, this is how I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to be regardless of what comes along my path. The long distance journey, elk medicine. Elk medicine is a long distance journey because nothing stops the elk when it's migrating. Nothing. Now, in Colorado, you better get out of the way. You're going to get trampled. Anyways, so something's going to be coming in the months to come. I don't know what it looks like. You all will get to read how I did what. It won't be an instruction of how you can. It's only a story, the stories of how I did. And that's what's important because I was able to, because I shared with you that I did how I did, you will be able to find your own path. You will be able to find your own way. You will be able to stay on your own journey, not on the journey of others who you want to hold your hand, who you want to agree with you, who you want to tell what to do, who you want to be like you, who you want to be like. I don't want to be like anybody else because I am special. The atom that I grew from, ATOM, was special in and of itself because it became Walking Crow. It was Walking Crow before I ever gasped to take my first asthma breath, as a baby, as a child, as I nursed from my mother's breast, memory. I nursed from that loving place. And then I went through life not knowing how to be loved because I wanted to be loved the way that I wanted, and I didn't know what that was. It's okay to not know. But it's also okay to go through your journey, not their journey. Check the spelling. Their, their journey. What is it you want? And if I can help you, let me know. I'm not a guru. I'm not a master of anything. I'm not a master of my destiny. But I am the master who gets up and puts his right foot forward and says yes to himself. I am a master of letting my left foot follow the right foot. Left is divine feminine receiving. Right is the divine masculine giving. So I gave myself and I received myself in motion. EMOCEAN. There it is again. I can't make this shit up. This is what they give me to say. Aho mitakoyasi. Aho mitakoyasi. Aho mitakoyasi. All my relations. All my relations. All my relations. Aho. Do you know how to love yourself? Do you know how to be gentle with yourself? Do you know what it is to be terrified to get to the other side so you can have happiness? I was in that dentist chair in Nogales, Mexico yesterday, and I was terrified having needles stuck in my face. And that was more terrifying than them actually pulling my teeth because I didn't feel the pulling of the teeth. And before I knew it, they were done. And my anxiety went away, and I got to relax into my body and my soul and my heart, and I knew that I had given myself something special. I traveled there with my friend Angie Drake. She's my friend. She started as a client. She found me online. She has been on this table behind me in this house. She has been on this table. She owns 3 of my drums, one of which she bought 2 weeks ago. Horse drum. Horse is freedom. Horse is a power. Horse is humility. And horse is sovereignty. Do you want to be sovereign in your life? I am. I can. I will. And I do. Aho. Aho. How would you like to be able to talk, not like me, but in your own voice, for your own self, for your own soul, for your own ground? We don't ground up here, by the way. We ground in our feet, in our spine, in the base of our spine, in our coccyx. Aho. We plug in, and we stay plugged in. I've been plugged in since who knows how long, since I became the healer. I don't go someplace to ground. I don't have to go ground. I don't have to go to sit in the earth. I'm always grounded. That's why I speak the way I do. Do you want to know how to be grounded all the time? all the time. Even when you're escaping and trying to escape willy-nilly, how to pull yourself back into your body and say, okay, everything's going to be all right, because everything is all right. Stop telling yourself stories. Oh, I love you guys. Look at my smile. I have a pretty smile, but with my new teeth that I just got that are in the bathroom on the other side of the house, I'm going to have an even prettier smile, and I'm going to be even prettier than I've been all my life. So if you would like to sit with me and mentor with me, let me know. I offer that. If you would like to have a healing session with me, whether it's in this very room or remote session with me, I do sessions around the world, and I use FaceTime, so you can hear the sound of the drum. You wear earbuds and you hear the sound of the drum as I'm drumming and rattling, and then you go into that space, and then I do my work. It's deep work. It's deep work to heal the emotional issue in the tissue. Can you? Will you? Do you? Why not? If I can, you can. But I'm no reason to do anything. You are the reason to do everything. I love you guys. And I'm glad for those who have popped in and popped out and have listened, and those who will listen to this video, because I'm going to post it in lots of different places, that are willing to listen to my words, whether it's 30 seconds at a time, 30 seconds or 10 seconds at a time like TikTok, or really take the whole thing in and listen and let it engulf your soul. Let it permeate your mind, which is not here. Your mind is here. It's your soul. It's where everything lives. It's where I live. I'm happy today because I didn't just survive yesterday. I thrived through yesterday, and I drove 600 miles through the day yesterday, and I brought back a great horned owl with me that Angie and I picked up on the way to Nogales, Mexico, in Florence, Arizona. And this morning I did ceremony with her, and I have her wings, and I have her tail feathers, and I have her talons. So those of you who go out looking for feathers, stop looking. Ask for what you want from the universe. Ask Archangel Michael, who has the biggest wings, to provide you with what you want, the protection that you want. Ask Grandfather Wolf to walk beside you and say yes to that. Say yes to Colibri, the hummingbird. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes to the buffalo medicine. Say yes to great eagle, great condor. Say yes. Let go of your mindless chatter and your mindless thinking, and come into your body and the animal medicine that there is in the medicine wheel, the 4 directions. Can you? Will you? Do you? If you'd like to sit with me, or you'd like a healing, or you'd like to take a drum journey or a ceremony, or if you would like to, what else do I do? Make a drum. Make your own medicine drum with me. It is all ceremony. It's not just for me. It's for you if you so desire. If that's what you say you want. And when you say you want it, mean it. Mean it. Mean it. Because I mean it. And I've meant it. And here I am, toothless in front of you, not caring about how I look, because I'm a handsome devil, and I'm not the devil no matter what. Right? Anyways. Happy Fearless Friday. Be fearless in your own life. Be fearless for the things that you want for you. Never mind anybody else. Never mind running on the wheel of expectation of the world, of the COVID world, of the political world, of the drug world, of the spiritual knuckleheads that are out there, trying to sell stuff because it's popular. A lot of people are out there doing stuff because it's popular, but they don't have any real medicine of their own. They send away for it. They have kits. I go out into the world and I harvest my plant medicines, and tobaccos are sent to me from all over the world, and those things get blended together with the plant medicines that I come across, that I harvest in the Sedona area. I make my own drums, I make my own rattles, I make my own medicines. I don't go to the stove. You can't buy anything of consequence at whatever crystal shop that sells every guru's hard on, pardon the expression, in their stores, in their doors. because my stuff comes from the land. Are you willing to walk the land? Are you willing to be the land? Your Bible says, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Well, are you or aren't you? It doesn't say space dust. Those of you who live up in here. Up in here, up in here. I always say astronauts wear spacesuits to live up in here, up in here. So, come into your heart, come into your soul, come into your being, come into your fire, your fuego. I can, well, I do, I am. Come into your water, your sacrum. Come into that place where you were birthed, where you were connected to your mother, the mother, earth, Pachamama, Madre Tierra. Aho. Come into that place. Come into your feet, your ground, your root, your shoot. Aho. Be of the earth, not instead of the earth. Aho. My name is Walking Crow, and I am the Transformational Sacred Drum Journey. And if you would like to reach out to me, you can reach me at 818-442-1717, 818-442-1717, text or call, make an appointment, or set up a meeting or a video conference or whatever it is you would like to do that. Or walkingcrow at sacreddrummedicine.com, walkingcrow at sacreddrummedicine.com. You can check out my website at www.sacreddrummedicine.com, www.sacreddrummedicine.com. And you can also find my medicine songs and my talks on YouTube. And the talks are on a Walking Crow, Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. And my drum songs, or my medicine songs, are on Walking Crow Shamanic Healing Songs. Aho. Walking Crow Shamanic Healing Songs on YouTube. I love you guys very much. I know people use that word, they toss it around like it's a soccer ball. I love you because you guys have seen me through my journey. And my journey isn't over yet. It's just beginning, right? It's just beginning. And I'm proud to walk in my sandals. I'm proud to walk in the soles of my shoes. I'm proud to be who and what I am and who and what I have always been. My name is Walking Crow, and I am Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day, and love you only and always. Aho.